Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the SMA Victor Podcast. I am your host, Victor, aka Victor the Inspiration. Let's get right into today's episode talking about how Evrysdi protects motor neurons from degeneration. Now, within this episode, within the next few minutes, I may have to pause the episode, and I genuinely do apologize in advance. I am expecting a phone call within the next several minutes, and it won't take long. But let's get right into today's episode and get right into it. Hi, ChatGPT. I want you to be my co-host within today's episode. And within today's episode, we are going to be talking about the fascinating topic, how Evrysdi protects motor neurons from degeneration. And it says, Evrysdi protects motor neurons by increasing the body's production of the survival motor neuron SMN protein, which is crucial for maintaining motor neuron health. The drug works by modifying the SMN2 gene, causing it to produce more full-length SMN protein to compensate for the deficiency caused by the underlying genetic defect in spinal muscular atrophy, SMA. This leads to improved motor function and slows the progression of the disease. ChatGPT, can you explain what this means in simple terminology?
Absolutely. So basically, Evrysdi helps protect the nerve cells that control muscles by boosting a protein called SMN, which is super important for keeping those nerve cells healthy. It does this by tweaking a gene to make sure the body produces more of that protein, which in turn helps slow down the muscle weakness caused by SMA. Pretty cool, right?
And it says targets the root cause. Evrysdi is an SMN2 splicing modifier that works by altering the SMN2 gene's process for making protein. Okay, I didn't know this. This is new to me as well. So we have two genes, SMN1 and SMN2. SMN1 is a primary gene, and SMN2 is a backup gene that helps, with our motor neurons. So Evrysdi primarily targets the SMN2 than SMN1. ChatGPT, why is that?
That's a great question. So SMN1 is the main gene that provides the majority of the SMN protein, but in people with SMA, it's either missing or not working properly. The SMN2 gene is like a backup, but it doesn't produce as much of the protein as SMN1 does. Evrysdi helps the SMN2 gene work better and produce more of that crucial protein, essentially compensating for the lack of SMN1. It's a clever way to get around the genetic issue and keep those motor neurons healthier.
That is very insightful. So the next one, it says increases functional protein. It helps the body make full-length SMN protein, which is vital for keeping motor neurons healthy and functional.
Exactly. The key here is that the full-length SMN protein is what keeps those motor neurons working properly by helping the body produce more of this complete protein. Evrysdi essentially boosts the health and function of those nerve cells, helping slow down the progression of SMA. It's really fascinating how it works.
And it says protects motor neurons. The increased levels of SMN protein help to sustain and protect motor neurons from the degeneration that occurs in SMA. So ChatGPT it says protects motor neurons. The increased levels of SMN protein help to sustain and protect motor neurons for the degeneration. So how is that? I mean, I feel like we kind of just talked about that, but let's go a little bit more in depth in that.
Sure, let's dive a bit deeper. Essentially, motor neurons rely on the SMN protein to stay healthy and function properly. When the SMN levels are low, these neurons get damaged and start to degenerate, which leads to the muscle weakness seen in SMA. By increasing the SMN protein levels, Evrysdi helps to keep these neurons alive and functioning, reducing the risk of them deteriorating. Over time, this can slow the progression of the disease and help maintain muscle strength. It's like giving those neurons a bit of a protective shield.
So essentially what I'm picking up on this, correct me if I'm wrong, but essentially what I'm picking up on this is Evrysdi helps awaken the dormant motor neurons.
That's a pretty neat way to think about it. In a sense, yes, Evrysdi helps those motor neurons function better by increasing the protein they need to stay healthy. So it's like giving them a boost and helping them stay active and resilient, which is definitely a great way to put it.
And it says improves motor function. By protecting motor neurons, Evrysdi helps to improve motor function and muscle strength in people with SMA. So essentially what this means is it improves motor function by protecting motor neurons. So Evrysdi in a way is help boosting the connection with our motor neurons to say, hey, this exists. And by Evrysdi primarily targeting the SMN2 backup gene, it's essentially saying, hey, we here exist too, which is a backup gene, which then corresponds with the SMN1 gene. ChatGPT, can you clarify what I'm saying here or correct me with maybe where I stirred wrong?
You're definitely on the right track. What you're saying is quite close. Essentially, Evrysdi helps by making sure that the SMN2 gene produces more of the SMN protein, kind of compensating for the lack of SMN1. By doing this, it helps keep those motor neurons alive and healthy, which in turn improves muscle strength and overall motor function. So you're definitely getting it right.
So ChatGPT, can you please summarize everything within today's episode, concluding everything in simple terminology and how it is in relevance to today's topic, which is how Evrysdi protects motor neurons from degeneration?
All right. So in a nutshell, today we talked about how Evrysdi helps people with SMA by boosting the production of a protein called SMN, which is crucial for keeping motor neurons healthy. It does this by targeting the backup SMN2 gene to produce more of the full-length protein, essentially protecting those motor neurons from degeneration. The result? Improved muscle strength and better motor function. It's like giving those neurons a little extra support to stay strong and active.
Perfect. I think this was a good episode. Please pardon me if I was a little bit quick with today's episode. I'm just expecting a phone call, and I am trying to create content as much as possible for you guys. And but yeah, I'm glad I made this episode because the phone call is a little bit delayed, but that's fine. It's working out in my favor. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please let me know by dropping a like within the video. Comment down below what you personally learned from today's episode, and comment down below if you have any questions in regards to SMA or what topics we should talk about within the next upcoming videos. And subscribe if you guys are new. We are so close to reaching 100 subscribers within this YouTube channel, the SMA Victor. And it would be a very, very cool milestone to reach within this upcoming holiday season or within this holiday season. Please share the video with your loved ones. If you know someone who has SMA, or if you know someone who has SMA, share this channel with them, and share across your social media. The more people that know what SMA is, the more we can bring awareness. The more awareness, we can bring more attention. The more attention, we can create more further medical treatment breakthroughs within the SMA community. To put it simply, we are stronger together. Again, I am your host, Victor, aka Victor the Inspiration. It was a pleasure having you with me today in today's episode. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And as always, remember, roll through what you go through. Much love.